All right. Aloha and welcome to WYAO Hawaii Corporate Wellness's 10-minute motivational talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have an amazing presenter and guest speaker. Her name is Katie Seaton. She's a registered, hey Katie.
Hey.
She's a registered dietitian and nutritionist. And she is here to talk about our favorite thing in the whole wide world, food.
Yay! Everybody loves food. Who here eats? No, just kidding.
All of us. Oh, wonderful. But our specific topic is actually navigating your food plate during quarantine, because we know working from home, so many of us are having to do that now. It creates a little bit different stressor, and one of which is that refrigerator seems like it keeps getting closer and closer, and we spend more time in it, and then we beat ourselves up about it. So we have Katie here to bring some awareness and calm us down and let us know that we do have control over that refrigerator. And the cool part is that these tips and strategies that Katie will go through will last not just in quarantine, but beyond and in other moments of our life that we tend to get a little stressed. So without further ado, let me introduce Miss Katie. Thank you so much, Katie, for your time and energy and expertise, and have at it. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for logging in and joining this call right now. First, I'd like to go over 3 tips to navigating your quarantine plate. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you all on surviving our first pandemic in which we have a stay-at-home order. I know this has been a weird time for all of us. So to begin, I want to go over our first step, which is having more compassion for yourself during this time. So it is stressful. You may have more anxiety than normal right now. Things may be a bit more uncertain. You may be working from home for the first time ever, trying to figure out how Zoom even works. So it's very important that we have some compassion for ourselves during this time in regards to what we're eating, our schedule, how much movement we're getting. Just know you're doing a good job. We here at WYAO are proud of you. So first and foremost, step 1, have compassion for yourself. Step 2, I'd like you to focus more on intrinsic motivation right now versus extrinsic motivation. So what does that mean? Extrinsic motivation would be things like, I'm going to exercise so that I don't gain quarantine 15, or so that I don't gain too much weight during this time, or so I can lose 5 pounds. We want you to move away from extrinsic motivation, and we'd like you to focus more on intrinsic motivation. So I'm going to exercise, I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables so that I feel better, or so that I sleep better. I know I always sleep better after I get some movement in throughout the day, so that I can focus better. I tend to focus better after a meal that has more fiber in it and vitamins versus feeling kind of sluggish after a more processed meal. And because you enjoy it, you enjoy exercise, you enjoy eating foods that you like. So we'd like you to move away from extrinsic motivation and into intrinsic motivation. Then step 3, which is something that's definitely more related to your plate, is we'd like you to focus on the satisfaction factor. So what is that? Well, first and foremost, right now, this weird time is the perfect time to start focusing on your relationship with food and your body. So satisfaction factor is giving you back control over your body and allowing you to trust your body. So what does that mean? We want you to tune into your hunger. So eat when you're hungry. Please do not let the clock dictate when you can and cannot eat. So start by making sure you are eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals per day, so that you're not overeating later on in the day. It's not helpful to skip breakfast or lunch, or eat breakfast and dinner and skip lunch, because then you're more inclined to overeat later in the day. Make sure you're getting those 3 meals. Another thing is ditching the diets. Now is not the time to diet. All of the diets and lifestyles out there, we'd like you to try and leave those in the past. Right now, I want you to tune in on what food is going to satisfy me. What foods do I enjoy? What foods are going to leave me feeling full? So there is a difference between feeling full and feeling satisfied. We'd like you to achieve both. And the way to do that is by eating the foods that your body is telling you that it's craving. So for instance, if I really like Cheetos, I'll stop and make a snack plate. What's a snack plate? I take the bag of Cheetos. Instead of eating straight from the bag, I create a plate with a handful or two or however much of Cheetos I'm in the mood for. I pair it with some sort of color, whether that be a carrot or apple, fruit or vegetable of any source that's colorful. And then a protein, because that's going to help with my blood sugar control. And also it's going to help me feel fuller. So a hard-boiled egg, a string cheese, peanut butter, whatever it may be, so that you're feeling satisfied and full after completing your snack plate, after eating your snack plate, rather than mindlessly eating from the Cheeto bag, not feeling satisfied, letting stress take over your hunger. Another thing is having that food piece. So do not label foods good and bad, because often that restriction leads to overeating in the future. Instead, allow yourself permission to eat the foods that you want, because all food is fuel. All calories give you energy. Another thing that I'd like you to keep in mind during this time is having respect for your body. Due to increased stress, you may be more hungry, and sometimes that's okay. Rather than not allowing yourself to eat at all or strictly portioning yourself and allowing your mind to be occupied with how hungry you are all day, I'd like you to honor your hunger and eat snacks throughout the day. Make sure you're eating meals. And really listening to your fullness. Your body will tell you when it is hungry, and it will tell you when it is full. So slowing down, mindfully eating, and paying attention to your body right now will be extremely helpful in navigating your quarantine plate. Thank you.
Wonderful, Katie. Thank you so very, very much.
Yes.
That makes me feel better, having a little something of Cheetos or my favorite chocolate chip cookie. That's my favorite, I'll be honest. And then maybe a hard-boiled, maybe not a hard-boiled egg, but I'll find something else. I know some people
don't like hard-boiled eggs.
Well, I don't know how good a hard-boiled egg and Cheetos or my favorite chips or chocolate chip cookies will go together. But
yeah.
That definitely makes me feel better with the satisfaction factor. And your other two key points on compassion, which I think, especially during times when you're stressed, to have compassion for ourselves. We tend to have compassion for others, but to remember to be compassionate and kind to ourselves is really important. And then learning to listen and find that intrinsic motivation. When you can find that, that is in and of itself very, very freeing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So wonderful. Thank you so very much, Katie Seaton, for your time, your energy, and your expertise today.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Terry.
You're welcome. And from all of us here at WYAO Hawaii Corporate Wellness, we look forward to seeing you for another 10-minute talk. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.
Well.